And what is up? So, OSL Season 2, Week 7. This is my third time recording this just because I feel like I've been sounding a bit weird lately. So, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I feel slightly rusty. It's been a long week, and I realized that I remember that I recorded last week's Teambuilder on Thursday evening, and right now it's Saturday afternoon. So it's kind of like there's no real regular schedule going on right now. So it's kind of like, oh, I'm like not used to recording again. But yeah, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jay, the coach of the Toronto Flackies. We're now 4-2, and I highly suggest watching last week's video because I feel like it's a really entertaining battle. We won against Katsu, and I think it was our first 6-0 of the series. Not even the season, the series. So quite a fun battle for me, at least. But yeah, we're facing Matt and the Canalave City Copperajahs. Matt has a Copperajah. Big props for the mascot pick first round. Weavile, Primarina, Galarian Rapidash, Whimsicott, Archeops, Hippowdon, Stoutland, Luxray, Galarian Mr. Mime, and Combuskin. I like how I put Galarian Rapidash, but I didn't put Galarian Mr. Mime. I put Mr. Mime Galar. Speaking on Matt's team, Copperajah, Scary Mon, probably actually the Mon I'm most worried about this week. Just because it's big HP, big attack, even though it doesn't have a lot of defense, it's still a very scary Mon to face. I don't want to be taking a hit from it. Next up, Weavile. Weavile, Glass Cannon has very good typing against my team because I mentioned before I don't have any Ice type resist, so probably a Mon that's coming. Primarina, bit in the middle ground between Copperajah and Weavile because it has really good special attack, but it has a bit of bulk, more bulk than Weavile. Water Fairy typing is great, and yeah, it's probably coming. Next up, Galarian Rapidash. I actually really like this Mon, just because Psychic Fairy is a great typing. It has a really unique ability in a Pastel Veil or something, and it can't be poisoned, so that's something I have to take note of. It can run physical, it can run special, and just because it's a Rapidash, it has Morning Sun as well, so it actually has a recovery. Next up, Whimsicott. I believe Whimsicott and Rapidash Matt picked up, or picked up from free agency, I think 2 weeks ago. So, if you hear my computer, I hope it's not the end of the world. My laptop's been trying to update like at the start of the afternoon, and I was like, okay, I'll wait for you to update, and it's like been taking too long, so I just recorded. But Whimsicott, I really wanted to draft because I think it's a really cool mon. It has a really nice tech option, especially with Prankster. It has Defog, has U-Turn, has Sub Leech Seed. But I already had Ferrothorn, so no need for another grass type. Archeops is an alright mon just because of heavy duty boots, so it kind of has fewer chances of going to the defeatist, but it's still a very frail mon, so it's probably going to the defeatist. But yeah, rock flying typing is alright against my team, so will it come? I don't think so, but it may. 7th round Hippowdon pick is really cool because Hippowdon's a wall, Earthquake, Slack Off, high defenses. And then I guess it also helps out his next mon, Stoutland. And I believe since Matt had the last pick in the draft, he picked those two back to back. So Stoutland has pretty good bulk for like a route one poke like in the games, route one mon. Because I think it has like 90, 80, 80. It has good coverage. It's normal typing only, but it has Play Rough, it has Superpower, it has Crunch for ghost types. It has Scrappy as well as an ability, so it doesn't even have to run Crunch. It has Intimidate, has Elemental Fangs. So, pretty good mon. Luxray either runs Guts or, I guess, Intimidate as well with Special, because it gets Volt Switch, so it's probably a few of Matt's Momentum mons. Will it come this week? I don't know, because I have a Quagsire, so it's kind of like, maybe, maybe not. Galarian Mr. Mime. Same thing with Weavile, but I think it overlaps with Weavile too much. I don't think Matt would run both ice types, so I expect Weavile, so maybe Galarian Mr. Mime doesn't come, but it does have like Rapid Spin, has Ice Psychic types, kind of like Jinx, but it kind of swaps Lovely Kiss for Rapid Spin, in a sense. If that does make sense to whoever's watching this. And then finally Combuskin. Combuskin has Speed Boost. Fire typing, really nice mon, special or physical with Speed Boost is always nice. And yeah, what do I expect Matt to bring? The first 3 mons, Hippo, Combuskin, and probably Galarian Rapidash. But that 6th slot could be like Whimsicott, it could be like Mr. Mime, it could be Luxray, So yeah, I guess a bit of backstory. I think you can see like you see 3 fairy types and then 3 ice types, which means steel typing is very good in this game. So you'll see that I'm bringing Ferrothorn and Klinklang, which is kind of funny because I said I'd probably be dropping Klinklang, but I realized it was good for this week. But I think this matchup's going to come down to that. Just like, how well can I manage my steel types? Because Copperajah does really well against my steel types. Hippowdon does really well against my steel types, but everything else kind of doesn't. So it's kind of like, can I beat the checks to the steel types for my steel types to thrive? And I think, yeah, that's going to be like how this match. That's my game plan going into it. Like, uh, beat down like the steel type checks, and then go ham with your steel types. So moving on to our team for the week. Quag, pretty standard Quag. Scald, Earthquake, Toxic Recover, max defense for Weavile. I have to note, Copperajah gets Power Whip, so I can't realistically stay on it, but I can take it out if it's low HP, just because I think I have a faster base speed. So it has to run some speed EVs to kind of out-creep me, in a sense. I won't talk about Quagsire too much, it's Quagsire. Like, what else am I going to say? Like, it does well against Archeops, does well against Hippowdon, probably does well against Stoutland. Yeah. Next up, also another standard mon, Ferrothorn. Special defensive Ferrothorn this week, mainly for Primarina, and the stuff like Whimsicott as well, Luxray if it's special. Maybe Mr. Mime if it comes. But yeah, Gyro Ball, because, hitting fairy types and hitting stuff like Weavile, Glare, and Mr. Mime. Body Press, mainly for Copperajah, if it does decide to go for, I don't know, if it switches in, I guess. Leech Seed is mainly for Primarina, just because I feel like if that thing goes for like Substitute or something, could be a big problem, so I kind of want to get in a Leech Seed before that. And then Stealth Rock, nothing too big here. I think this is where we start getting big. Kling Clang. The one moveset you probably are surprised to see is Magnet Rise. So I think talking about the EVs first before I get on to Magnet Rise, if I'm in against Weavile, Choice Band Low Kick doesn't kill. And I think Choice Band Big Break doesn't kill either. But if just because of the HP EVs, and I might put in the special defense EVs into defense. But if it's choice locked, I can go for Shift Gear and then kind of beat it down. If it's Life Orb, Low Kick or Brick Break into Ice Shard doesn't kill me, so I can also get in Shift Gear and then Gear Grind. So yeah, Magnet Rise is mainly there for Hippowdon. So one other thing I have to take note of this week is who is the rocker? Who has Stealth Rock? Is it Copperajah or Hippowdon? Because I expect both to come at least. If it's Copperajah, Hippowdon has a bit more move slots to work with, and that becomes a bit more scary for me. Because if Hippo is the rocker, then it has Earthquake usually and Slack Off. That last slot's either usually Toxic or Whirlwind. If it's Toxic, it can't touch Kling Clang once I Magnet Rise. If it's Whirlwind, it can't really touch Quagsire in a sense. But if Copperajah is the rocker, it can run both, and that's kind of where I might have trouble. But yeah. We'll see. Hope for the best. Copperajah probably runs Stealth Rock, but hoping it's Hippo. Next up, Nidoking. This is kind of standard as well. Sludge Wave, Earth Power, Ice Beam, Substitute. Speed is there to outspeed Jolly Stoutland, and I think Kling Clang is the same. But, excuse me. Trying to remember. I thought about running Modest Scarf, because that gets the jump on Weavile, and I can run Flamethrower to kill it, but I think just running Substitute might be nice against something like Whimsicott, something like Luxray, because it can't Volt Switch on me, so it has to go for Facade or Superpower, but then I can kind of sub up on it. So yeah, I think this set is fine. And, maybe I should have I'm not running a Scarfer, but this would have been my Scarfer if I did run one. Last two Mons, a bit iffy in, like, who I wanted, just because I wasn't sure what I wanted to bring. We're running Chople Pangoro, because I feel like it's, like, its fighting type is really good against Copperajah. This can take a hit against Weavile and then go for Drain Punch. I think the only thing I can take is Triple Axle that's banded, but then like that lets me know it's banded, so I can kind of switch into something else. And then Gung Shot's mainly there for fairies, even though I have to make a read, and then Parting Shot. So I kind of forgot I got Parting Shot, and probably you guys didn't like really take note of it, but yeah, it's just momentum for me. So like if like something like Primarina switches in or Galarian Rapidash switches in, I can kind of go for Parting Shot and then bring something like Ferrothorn, and that gives me position. Yeah, max HP, max attack. HP kind of lets me survive the low kick or fighting type move from. Sorry, what is Weavile? And it's something like maybe like Mr. Mime if it comes. I can kind of take a Focus Blast and go for knockoff as well. Let me take some water before we go over to the last one, Comfey. Sorry if I was loud there, but yeah, Choice Specs Comfey, just because I want to trick this away. It's kind of like week 3 when I faced a RSSP. If I noticed Matt's team, his main switch-in to Comfey is probably Copperajah. So if I can trick that at Choice Specs, it's kind of dead weight at that point, and I kind of go for like Draenicus and Giga Drain against stuff like Primarina, Weavile, everything else. Defog, I feel like I had to run just because there's a Hippowdon, so I kind of have to run that. I thought about running Natural Cure just for the Hippowdon if it runs Toxic, but I think that running Triage is the best for something against Weavile. Speed, I outspeed Timid Primarina, so I can get the Giga Drain. Well, it doesn't even matter, but, just in case, I want to get off a Defog first or something. And then, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm trying to make this quick. So this is, as I said, is my 3rd take, so hopefully it don't sound terrible. Maybe I have to change the position of my mic, yeah, who knows? Manga didn't bring this week. I'll group Latios and Altaria together. I mentioned the abundance of fairy types, and yeah, that's terrible for dragon types. Also, Weavile. Weavile kind of destroys both. Copperajah resists dragon. Let's see. Hippo can take some hits. What else is there? But yeah, that's pretty much it. The fairy types kind of not that make it really bad for Latios and Altaria, so I decided to bring neither this week. Kind of limits my options a bit, but we'll see. Ninjask I might drop soon. I'm not sure. Just because I feel like I really have to play balls to the wall if I want to use it, but it's hard to use because I'm playing a bit more defensive with my team. Like U-turn would be nice, but then Weavile has Ice Shard. Copperajah kind of walls it. There's like stuff that doesn't really go my way with this. What else is there? Heliolisk. Heliolisk I thought about bringing because, Focus Blast, Grass Knots might be really nice. But Weavile is a bit of a pain. Copperajah is a pain as well. Hippo's a pain. Yeah, not the best week, even though it might have been nice to run like Specs, Grass Knot, maybe, and then run Volt Switch. And then finally Frostlass. Frostlass kind of frail this week, and then Weavile, Whimsicott, Galarian Rapidash all outspeed it. So I can't really do that much to it. But yeah, that's it for the team builder. I'm going to contact Matt, and then we'll see if it's today or tomorrow whenever I play. I will see you all in the live battle. So, welcome to the live battle. I'm actually going to turn off my heat. It's a weird day today. I'm like cold, but I'm not cold. Like wearing a hoodie, I feel kind of hot in sometimes, and then I try to take off the hoodie, and then I feel cold. But yeah, anyways, we didn't make any changes to the team per se. I'm just gonna challenge Matt. Just make sure it's the right team. I thought about making some changes, like putting Volt Switch on Klinklang, maybe an Aquaberry on Ferrothorn, but yeah, we'll run with it. I'm not crazy confident, but I will do my best, as usual. And yeah, there's definitely going to be some changes for next week. So, okay, he did bring the Archeops. That's something that I will take note of. Just okay. Okay, so Luxray coming is pretty good for me. That's one thing I'll note. I don't know the calc exactly on Luxray for Klinklang, but otherwise, leading Ferrothorn isn't the worst idea in the world. How much does Heat Crush do to Pangoro? About 50, so it's not too bad. Although I wish I was kind of lefties if it was around 50ish, because it has a 25% chance to OHKO. So I will lead. I don't want. If it leads Weavile, it's not the end of the world. Quag seems alright, but yeah, there's some iffy parts here. Because Quag deals with everything besides Primarina. But then getting up my rocks against something like Weavile wouldn't be the end of the world. So we'll go Pharaoh. We'll see what happens. Okay, he does lead Copper. So, here's my thing. Do I go straight into something like Pangoro? Let's see, +1 won't kill me either. +1 Heavy Slam has to kill me. So Nidoking Okay, +1 doesn't kill. So I think I go Pangoro always. It's probably heat crashing. Yep. 48. So that is just regular max attack. I don't want to Drain Punch because he's probably going Primarina, but I can't let this stay in per se. So I think I knock. Knocking allows me to understand if this is like, yeah, that's fine. So I knock. That was a lot of damage. Specs, that's good. Because Specs, I can't take too many Specs hits from this. I expect Moonblast, so I will go Pharaoh. Yep. He's playing it safe, and that's something I have to take advantage of. Ooh. My screen is a bit off. I wish I could change this. Give me a sec. Let me see. I'm playing around with stuff I shouldn't be playing around with. Yeah, it looks worse. No! Okay, we'll leave it like that. Yeah, we'll have to leave it like that. That's fine. I want a Leech Seed just because it's definitely Copperajah coming in. Unless it wouldn't be sub because it's specs. So it's either Weavile, Archeops, because he's probably thinking I'm going for Power Whip or something, right? So Leech Seed's not the end of the world. Leech Seed with Body Press. How much is Body Press? Because I'm specially defensive, Body Press doesn't do as much as I'd like. Maybe I should put like Bulldoze on this, but okay, I'll Leech. If I miss Leech, it's a bit of a problem, but yeah. Okay, I land. So that gives me health, which means I can go. I can kind of switch around this now a bit. I'm gonna go Quag first. We'll see what he does. Goes Heat Crash again. That's fine. I need this for Weavile, so I can't let this go down per se, so I have to go Pangoro. And I kind of want to Gunk Shot the Primarina. So I'll go for it. This, I don't think kills. Yeah. So I get some health back, and I do want a Gunk Shot here. Do I Gunk Shot or Parting Shot? One or the other. Gunk Shot, Parting Shot, or Drain Punch. I don't, because he knows what I did last time. I didn't Drain Punch this, so he might be like, oh, why didn't he Drain Punch, you know? He doesn't see an item. I'll Drain. Oh, that's fine. Rocky Helmet, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, okay. Perfect for me, because I can go into Quag. I think I want to go into Quag. Does Comfey take this well? If it's like, if it's toxic, it's not the end of the world, but Hippo. Physical wall. 43 to 51. That's alright. Because we can party shot easily. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go Comfey, I think. That helps me out. And then he can Earthquake here, but it's not the end of the world for me. Yeah. I'm gonna go Comfey and then Trick. Body Press, that's okay. That's good to know. Rocky Helmet, Body Press. Might be Stealth Rock. Probably not Toxic. So I Trick. I Trick her 100% because his move should be Copperajah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Assault Vest is a bit annoying just because I can't defog now. But that does give me info. So I think my play here is always Quag. Actually, no, it was Pharaoh. But he does go for Heavy Slam, so I can freely Toxic. Yeah. Toxic's my play. Because his play is probably Primarina, so if I can get a Toxic off on that... Oh, he goes... And I missed, not the end of the world, but this is kind of designated to counter this, so what would Archeops run? I give it heavy-duty boots. That's okay. Quag should not take that much, yeah. So I freely Scald. Focus Blast, that's cool. So he's special. That's good to know. I might have to pull that up, though. Archeops. I don't know what special moves it gets. Ancient Power, Air Slash, maybe U-Turn Roost kind of stuff. I might recover here, but Yeah. Because how much does Weavile do to me right now if he's banded? Triple Axle will kill. So I think I have to recover here. Yeah, and just hope for that. Sorry. I don't think he's choiced, so I can't really go Comfey, like, in this position. So I think I just go for Scalds. Oh, that's perfect for me as well. Do I sack something like Pangoro just to see what this switches into? How much do I do against Luxray? Because then that's the main thing. I sack Pangoro, see what it goes for. If it goes for Power Whip, I can bring. If it goes for anything like Heat Crash, I can bring in a. I wish I had Protect, but I think my moveset's fine here. Ferrothorn, Kling Klang. I want it. Kling Klang is Luxray. Superpower does a lot. Yikes. 5+1 and he -1s. Still a lot. So it's either Power Whip, Heavy Slam, or Heat Crash. If he goes for Heat Crash now, I don't have a good Primarina answer. So now that I know this is not banded, it helps me out a bit. How much does Nidoking? Nidoking lives. That's a funny thing. I could go Nido, but then I kind of want to leave it so that I have a possibility to... trying to think what the best play is here. Because I kind of need this. I'm not staying in. That's the one thing I'm not doing. Ferrothorn I kind of need for Primarina. Although I know it's slower. How much does Nidoking do to Primarina? Because then it might just become a sack war. I beat it with Sludge Wave, so that's something to note. But I think I would rather have Ferrothorn for it. So it might be Nidoking here that goes down. Or doesn't go down, but like takes the hit. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll see what it goes for. If it goes for Heavy Slam, that's unfortunate. Okay. What? See, now that this is in and I have HP, I can sub. That's the thing. I kind of see what he's doing. Because I can sub easily and see what he goes into, and then, like, worst thing is triple axle. So I sub. Okay, he does stay in, so that gives me... Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I just Earth Power, like, no need for me to predict anything here. But he does let the Copperajah go, so that's something that, like, you know, I'm thankful for. Primarina comes in, that's interesting. Is he Hyper Voice? Current Liquid Voice, maybe? That's something I didn't take into account. This is the sack for later. I can go into Ferrothorn easily now. Yeah, he is sound move, so that's good to know. What rocks or Leech Seed? I might just go for Gyro. Just get this down. Because then it also blocks the Archeops switch in. Because Archeops being special kind of throws me off a bit. Let's see, Archeops special, let's say, the focus. Let's say it's like timid. Focus Blast is 57. Oh, just right, because I'm special. Well, not special, but you know what I mean. Then I'm okay going for rocks here. He goes Hippo, so that's fine with me. He is Body Press. That's something I have to remember. I think my play is always Quag, though. Quag and then Toxic. I think that's always my play. Stone Edge. Okay, that's good to know. Interesting. I'm giving props. I didn't expect Stone Edge Body Press. That's a very interesting moveset. What else would it be? Maybe Stealth Rock? Probably, it has to be Slack Off, which means no Earthquake or no Rocks. Maybe rocks on Archeops. That could be a thing. I would love to Toxic the Primarina, but then I don't want to Toxic the Luxray, I think. Actually, no. Toxic is fine here. Yeah. This has been a game of misses, but his has been much worse. So I go for this, and then I go for Gyro, I think. Not my special attack. Actually, no. Leech Seed should be fine here. Just in case he switches into Hippo. Luxray is not a bad switch in for him, to be honest. He just thinks I have Power Whip. I think that's the thing. Yeah, like Luxray isn't a bad switch in because he hasn't seen me go for Power Whip yet. Because then I think I'm free to go Quag. If he switches back on to Primarina, good play, but I have the rocks up. So he can switch all he wants. He's taking the damage, I'm not. Wall charge, fair. Do I go for another Toxic? Oh, this is interesting. It's leftovers. It didn't go for Guts leftovers. That's smart. Because then if I Toxic this, it powers up, you know. Superpower is probably its move. Like Wild Charge, Volt Switch, Superpower, Fire Fang. That's probably what I'm expecting. But maybe not Superpower, just in case. Possibly. Do I Scald or Toxic? What does Scald do? Then, like... Primarina. Primarina, Quag, Scald. I can Earthquake, actually. Earthquake's actually probably the better play. Yeah, let's go for it. Earthquake. He goes Hippo, so that's fine. 21. Is that the Smogon spread? Hippo, Physical Wall, Earthquake. No, it's very specially defensive. Okay, that's good to know. So I can Scald here pretty freely, I think. Actually, no, let me Toxic. He Earthquakes, so there's a move missing here. It's either Slack Off or... Something to note is I can't... Klinklang can't touch this. See, that's the problem with Klinklang, you know? I had to bank on a specific set for Klinklang to come in, but now I can't touch this with Klinklang, so that sucks. I can't even come in on anything, really. I think I Earthquake here. No, I Recover. Just in case. Yeah, something like that happens. Then I 18%. I'll just Scald. Like, he stays in no matter what, realistically. I feel like he's... Yeah. That does a lot, to be honest. But, especially with Comfey in the back, I'm not too scared of Weavile. That's something to note. Yeah. Bandage should kill me. Oh no, he's heavy duty boots. That's good to know. Heavy duty boots should not kill me then. So I can recover. See what he goes for. Knock. That's fine. Knocking into this would have been funny. But what does more damage? Scald or Earthquake? Earthquake here does more damage. Blizzard. Interesting. The Scald Thaw? Does. So that's my play. That's funny. Because Earthquake does more damage, I was more inclined to Earthquake. Just don't freeze me again. if Matt freezes me, Ice Beam. Oh, crit. Don't freeze. Okay. Woo! Wow. Ice Beam, knock off. I can recover again. That's good to note. And then I can Earthquake. So this just kind of sits here. Now. Honestly, I can set up with Clink Clank. Oh, that's probably not the right move. Yeah, because Earthquake this low defense. What does Archie-Ups do? Uh, please be Endeavor. Oh, damn it. I was hoping that was Endeavor. That would have been pretty cool. But this Quag should wrap it up now, which is kind of nice. But yeah, the big thing was what's its name? Copperajah missing power whips. Like my toxic misses were against Hippo, but like missing those power whips are just were just really unfortunate because then I had to attack there. Like maybe the Copperajah still goes down, but I have a low HP Nidoking. But yeah, 6-0 is not really representative, I feel like, of how the game went, just because all those misses led to the 6-0. My toxic misses were probably the worst, like the least incriminating misses, because that blizzard miss maybe is actually probably worse. Because blizzard miss, I was around like 70, so the freeze might have mattered. I'd have to switch out into something like Pharaoh, and then Pharaoh probably would have to take more damage, even though I'm at 100%, ironically. But yeah, Pangoro, Max AP Pangoro actually really helped me here, just because I was able to live. I had a good chance to live of two like power whips or two heat crashes if you went for them, and yeah, the trick worked. That's one thing to note. The trick worked because that was one thing I was banking on when coming into this match with Comfey. So, is it cheese? I guess, but like the misses feel more cheese because without the misses, I think this is a bit different game. Because like once I got the trick off on Copperajah, oh sorry, I was adjusting my armrest. But once I got the trick off on Copperajah, it was less of a threat, but it was still a threat in a sense because I still had to like guess what move it was going for and then play around it. Like if it got the right read on Ferrothorn going for Heat Crash or Quagsire going for Power Whip, then I'm in a much more dangerous position. But yeah, so we're 5-2, so that's nice for us, I guess. And yeah, who knows what's gonna happen for my last 3 weeks? Like I might go 5-5, and then like, ooh, we might not make it. But that should be all for this battle. I think next week we're facing Blaze, so that's gonna be a very exciting match in my opinion because I think we're both at least 4-2. We were both 4-2 this coming into this week, so maybe we're both 5-2 or like 5-2, 4-3. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Oh, I should say that again. I'll see you all next time.